one of the most emblematic places in the whole United States, the Grand Prismatic Spring. Hey, what is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode from Yellowstone, from, like I said, one of the symbols of the national parks, which you will see on all the posters and so on. Made it to the observation deck where you can see the beautiful, vivid colors of this pool. Look at that. Yeah, there's quite a few people, as you can tell. We're gonna go down at the base as well, but wanted to do the introduction here because it's by far the best spot where you can see everything. So there's one spot right here, right in the middle, where you can see most of it if you lift your phone a little bit. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go at the base a little bit so we can see some of the colors from there, the steam, and the other pools, and also the other geyser.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling.
Have you seen a better view today? What is happening, everyone? Welcome to Montana, the United States, here in Yellowstone National Park. But look at that island right there in the middle of the lake with that pointy mountain. Man, how cool is that? How cool is that? And just near the road, guys, we have a spectacular waterfall. And look at that, the beautiful view of the mountain, and also a tunnel. Look at that. And although we did not get a parking spot at the Logan Pass in order to go to the hidden lake, there's still plenty of spots where you can get tremendous views.
And now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape.
What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode from Yellowstone. This time heading there right now, but saw this huge American flag on the side of this house, so I said might as well do the introduction here. Let me show you a few glimpses of this small little very rustic town that they have here. This is like a souvenir antique shop, man, but look at this humongous American flag. But let me show you a few glimpses of Gardiner, Montana, the last town before heading towards Wyoming and officially entering Yellowstone National Park, or Jellystone, how a lot of people in this region call it. But look at this. These are the things that you'll find along the way in the old west of the United States. So yeah, let's take some photos and then head on towards Jellystone. And officially in Yellowstone National Park, guys, one of the first national parks in the world, if not the first, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have internet right now to check it, but from what I do remember, is one of the first places that was dedicated to, let's preserve the wildlife and our nature. And yeah, it's from there we expanded to a whole bunch all throughout the United States.
The great unknown, escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape, let's escape.
There are so many spots where you can stop in Yellowstone, guys. It's unbelievable. So you gotta, depending on how much time you have, you gotta pinpoint the thing that you're gonna do, and yeah, keep to the schedule, because every single mile you'll see something that's gonna be interesting. Look at that, the little preview of what's about to come. Man, look at that. Look at all those mud pots. So cool. Yeah, very diverse. This pot is actually called fountain paint pots. So yeah, you'll have geysers, you'll have hot springs, you'll have the mud pots as well. Yeah, quite unique. How cool is this? Geyser continuously exploding. Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna go to the Old Faithful as well, one of the symbols of Yellowstone Park, but this is just as cool. So yeah, definitely gotta get myself with this geyser for archive purposes. Way too cool. But yeah, here is not that bad, not that many people, so you can kind of roam around for a bit. This circle, this loop has almost a mile, so yeah, you'll see hot pots, you will see the geysers, you will see also the hot springs, but very cool. Definitely something I was not aware of. The spring water flows into the nearby river, which is called Firehole River. Well, you can probably guess why. Very cool. But yeah guys, the landscape all throughout, you feel like stopping every so many miles just taking photos. Look at that. Now they do say that the largest volcano on our planet is located just underneath Yellowstone. That's why you have so many hot springs, so many geysers. This is Excelsior geyser, so you always film constantly. You never know when you're gonna catch it. Afterwards we're gonna go to Old Faithful, which I'm hoping that I'll catch it burst.
Not doing anything right now.
There you go. The steam kind of stopped for a little bit, and you can get glimpses of its beautiful turquoise waters. There are multiple, let's call them craters, pools like this. Unbelievable colors, no doubt. So the introduction of this video was done all the way above there where those people are. So without a doubt, at times this reminds me of Dalol in Ethiopia, seeing all the colors, you know, having all the sulfur around the steams, the geysers and so on. Look at that. There's no bubbling like in Dalol, but the colors, you know, this one does have the additional blue. There's mostly orangish, yellowish, greenish from the abundance of sulfur, but here you have the water, which there it's very shallow. Sometimes it feels like this is a painting, just the way the hues change because of the steam, you know, getting darker, getting lighter because of the sun. But yeah, the perfect day. This is the sky that you want when you're gonna come and see the grand prismatic spring here in Yellowstone. Well, anywhere in all the national parks, this is the type of weather that you want. And the last attraction here, the turquoise pool. Look how cool that looks. Yeah, some people were talking that it kind of looks like it's frozen. Well, it kind of does with that hue of blues and whites. Very awesome. Yeah, you can play with perspectives here all day long. But the Yellowstone National Park is so humongous. We have so much more to cover. And we're gonna go to Teton, the Grand Teton National Park as well. So yeah, stay tuned for more outstanding views, and hopefully, I know I disappointed you guys with the drone shots, and I disappointed myself with the drone shots in the previous episode, but hopefully I can fly a little bit over the Grand Teton National Park. Heading back now so we can go to the viewing point, but look how cool that looks with all the steam in the river and the landscape. Man, I know I've said way too many times too many adjectives for the national parks in the US, and even though I'm not getting and I did not get all the shots that I got, it's still pretty outstanding to just see this live after, you know, wanting to come here after so many decades. So as soon as you're done parking, you're gonna be greeted by a little hot spring right here. How cool is that? So yeah guys, everywhere you go in the National Park of Yellowstone, or Jellystone as some people say it, you have tremendous paintings. We can call them paintings, guys, because at times these views don't look real. And another one, but I do have to point out because we made this mistake. So when you go at the Grand Prismatic, that is not the trail that you have to go in order to go up to the view. You have to go a little bit further, and there's another parking spot, Ferry something trail. You'll see it on the map, and that's where you get off. Pretty much just follow the river, and then we're going to see a second parking spot way bigger than the other one, and that's where the actual trail starts, probably a mile and a little bit. But along the way, you'll see a whole bunch of pools just like this, and this one looks actually quite deep. Probably the most emblematic spot in all the national parks of the United States. I tried to walk a little bit into the forest here to see if I can get a better spot of the whole Grand Prismatic Spring, but yeah, too many trees in the way. The observation deck is probably the best way to get almost a full view of the prismatic spring. You have to hold your phone a little bit up high. With all the colors and everything looking like it's melting, it looks like a Dali painting. Look at that. How awesome is it? And made it to Old Faithful as well, right there. A whole bunch of people aligned. They say around 19 minutes to the next eruption. If that's the case or not, we're gonna find out. But enjoying the beautiful, beautiful sunshiny day here in Wyoming. Yeah, so Yellowstone National Park, one of the first national parks in the world, is located like 90% in Wyoming, a little bit in Montana as well, and I believe Idaho. Yeah, Idaho as well. As you can tell, they have a whole bunch of benches. They are, you know, they're quite connected to when the geyser, to when Old Faithful will explode. So, yeah, see you in about 19 minutes. And there are multiple geysers throughout the complex, but again, the main attraction, Old Faithful. I'm gonna head back here in a little bit, but just wanted to show you guys more of the surrounding. You know, they have some bridges, they have some nature trail walks here. You know, some other pools here, some other hot springs, a little river right there. So, yeah, quite the place. Again, gigantic, the national park of Yellowstone. Boiling. Yep, it does smell like rotten eggs, but hey, who cares with such beauty?
Hold you close through the night. I won't let go until the sunrise. These open eyes.
Now this particular pool reminds me of the one in Ethiopia where I took a bath. If you have not seen the videos from Ethiopia, one of the most fantastic places in Africa, definitely head over. So there was a pool similar to this, you know, not too hot, not too cold, in the middle of the Afar desert. And you know, of course, all the salt, and you were just floating. It is one of my cover photos on Instagram, just reading a book, laying on the back. Yeah, this is one of those. Okay.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Old Faithful. She never disappoints.
Ways of calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Wave goodbye to your city life, and say hello to the desert sky. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape.